In this video, you are going to learn how to schedule a recurring meeting for students in Zoom and how to create a link in your navigation in Canvas so that students can click there and find that meeting. The first thing you're going to want to do is open Zoom, which I've already done here, and then you're going to click the Schedule button. You can give your meeting whatever name you want, so I'm going to call this Mrs. Julian's office hours. And my office hours are going to occur every Wednesday from 1 p.m. Of course, you have to navigate these little buttons to do that. So from 1 p.m. And I'm going to have my office hours for an hour. This is a recurring meeting. It's going to happen every Wednesday, and it says to check the recurrence or repeat in my calendar invitation. So that's where I'm going to make sure that happens. So is in my calendar invitation, okay? Here I can generate this automatically, or I can use my personal meeting ID. I'm going to go ahead and use my personal meeting ID for this recurring meeting. I want to select my advanced options, enable my waiting room. I don't want my students to join before me. I do want them to mute upon entry. And then I do not want to automatically record my meetings. So now I'm going to click Schedule. Something that's going to happen is it's going to open up my Outlook calendar where I can schedule that recurring meeting. So when I'm in here, it's got my location address already, and then I can look and see when I want my recurrence to happen. So I'm going to have it recur every Wednesday, and it's set up there, and I'm going to have it recur until May 2021. I can always go in and change that at any point, but for now I'm going to go ahead and do that. Click OK. I'm not going to invite anybody to this at this point, and I'm going to click Send. But before I do that, I'm going to go ahead and copy this URL. And it's going to tell me it can't be sent because there's no one to send it to, so instead it's going to just put it in my calendar. Now that it's in my calendar, I'm going to go ahead and open up Canvas and navigate to my settings. So you'll see I'm already in my settings. How I got there is I went to Home. From my dashboard, I found my class. I went to Home, down to Settings, and now I want to add an app. There are some apps that are already installed or already available to be installed for you. And there's a great app called Redirect. It has this little arrow, and the great thing about this is you can actually put this tool in the course navigation screen, and then you can tell it where to redirect to. So we're going to have it redirect to this website. So I'm going to check it and make sure it's set up correctly. So I've got two HTTPS's, that's not going to work. And then I want to show it in course navigation. And I want it to force open in a new tab because I want it to go out to Zoom. I don't want it to stay in my Canvas app. So now I'm going to click Add App. Now I can view that app configuration and make sure that my URL is correct and that it's called what I want it to be called. So I can go down to my redirect tool right here, click the settings button, and click Edit. From here, I can give it a different name. So I'm going to call it Mrs. Julian's Office Hour Zoom. I can even say when, Wednesday. I'm going to say Office Hour Zoom because they should know it's me. Wednesdays, 1 to 2. And then I don't need to give a consumer key or shared secret. This is available to everyone. I need to change the URL here to the URL that I want it to go to. From this point, I scroll all the way down to the bottom and I click Submit. Now it's still not over in my navigation screen, and I want it there for my students to be able to find it easily. My next step is to click Navigation, scroll all the way down to the bottom, and you'll notice that I now have, refresh that, I now have office hours Zoom 1 to 2. I can decide where I want to put this. So I want this to go right under my Home button so that it's really nice and easy for my students to see. When I'm done with that, scroll down to the bottom and click Save. There you have it. Now when my students click Office Hours Zoom, it's going to open up Zoom. And because it's my Zoom, it's going to go ahead and open up my Zoom. For students, it should open up their Zoom. I'm going to go ahead and end the meeting. And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. That's how you schedule recurring Zoom meetings and add it to your course navigation screen. If you have any questions, please contact your building level trainers or Lisa J at usd383.org.